How's it, guys? Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be going over a futures trading strategy that I've worked out that has actually been helping a lot within my trading, and it's very simple and basic. You don't need all these EMAs, these RSI crosses, MACDs, Bollinger Bands. All you need is simple price action and support and resistance. So let me get straight into it, and please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So basically what you want to be doing is you want to be going on higher time frames and then identifying levels, and then going on lower time frames to find entries. Okay, so what time frames am I going to be using today? I'm going to be using the 8 hour, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, and the 15. Okay, these are the typical time frames in order for you to find zones and to find entries. So let's get into it. So first off, what you want to do is what I use a horizontal line, and then to find my support and resistance, and then I use the box tool in order to just zone out. So first of all, what you want to be doing, you want to be trading in what range? In the current range. So you want to be trading in this range here. This is the range you want to be trading in, right? Let me just highlight it quickly. So this range over here, okay, this is your trading range for today. Any range below that or above that is not a range you want to be trading in. This range here is a no-go, because there's no point of looking at this range, because you don't want to be trading in a range that is so far away and that price won't get to within the day, because you're day trading, right? So this is the range you want to be trading in, this range over here. So what you want to be doing is you want to be highlighting support and resistance within this range, and then trying to find entries in order to go in your favor. So first of all, you can see here, where is our support and where is our resistance, okay? So our current range support would be this level here, right? So this would be our current range support, right? And why is that? It's because price at this level has been rejected, okay? We had a rejection of here, over here, and looking on the left, we've had multiple wicks in the zone. So you can see a lot of price has been rejected off this zone. So this is a valid support, right? And then now we want to find our resistance zone. So our resistance zone at the top here would be over here, and that would be obviously because we had a lot of rejections off over here. You can see here, here, and here. And drawing this on a higher time frame, you can kind of, when you go down to lower time frames, you can kind of adjust it to work in your favor. But we just currently just highlighting the range. So what range we're in now. And what I like to do is I like to draw a little box. So something like this, extend left and extend right. And this kind of just identifies where we're in. And then I do it for all my zones, just so I get a better understanding, so it's nice and in your face. Okay, so now you can see that we have our current range on the 8 hour. Okay, now we're looking for some other zones that might be rejected. So you can see there's a very clear one. It's actually in the middle of the zone here. So you can see that price has struggled at this point here. You can see over here. You can see we're looking at the candle closures, right? Because this whole strategy is about where does the candle close and why is it closing above these zones, and then that is kind of how you look at where you want to get into your entry. So you don't want to be looking at wicks, because wicks are basically, they invalidate your decision, because you basically in a front run a trade, you have to wait for a closure above a certain zone or below a certain zone in order for you to get in, and I'll explain that a bit more when I get into it. So you can see that this zone here, there's a lot of candle closures here, a lot of wicks over here, and we have a candle closure here. So this is a valid support slash resistance. So you can see we had, it was previously support, became resistance, then support, and now it's acting as resistance. So this zone is very important. So anything above this zone would be buys, anything below this zone is sells. So looking at now, we want to just draw this down so we can just see it. So what are we doing here? We have what I like to do is identify where are we in price. So this would be our current range, right? This is the range that we're currently in. Okay, and I will label these ranges accordingly. Just need to wait and see if there's any other zones within smaller time frames. Okay, so now we go on the 4 hour. So we're on the 4 hour time chart. Okay, and where is another zone that we can draw here? So you can see here, this zone here. It's a valid zone. You can see at this zone we have a significant support here, and you can see there's a lot of wicks here, and then over here we have closures on the 4 hour. So you can see when price comes here and closes above here, we tend to go up, right? So that's kind of how you look at it. And then if price comes and closes down below here, we tend to go down. So you can see here, closed above, tend to go up, closed below, tend to go down. Over here, closed above, tends to go up, closed above, tends to go up. So you can see this is a valid zone, and that's why we're drawing it. So you're just looking for these zones, you're looking left, seeing if there's candle closes and where, if it's valid. Okay, so I'm going to draw this here. So this can be our range 1. So this would be our range 1. Yeah, and over here would be range 2. Range 2. And yeah, that's for that. For now, that's all good. So we're on the 4 hour, and what are we looking for here? Okay, so what you can see here is when price closes below this zone here. So when price closes below here, you can see what do? We tend to go down. When price closes above this zone here, what do? We tend to go up. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for these closures above certain zones. So we came up, we're trading in this range. So when price closes below the zone, we tend to go down. When price closes above the zone, we tend to go up. Close below, tend to go down. That's kind of what you're looking for. This is on a 4 hour time frame. This does, obviously on a 4 hour, it's more valid. So a 4 hour closure above here, a strong 4 hour close would be perfect, as there might be a wick fall here. So you can see we had a bullish wick. There might be a wick fall. We have, there won't be, because there's 49 seconds before this closes. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for. And then you're going on to 1 hour time frames and 30 minutes to see if there's other zones. And you can see that these zones are very valid. Yeah, very valid. So we have these zones here. We have a range, perfect range here. So that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for what my next position would be, a range 2 breakouts over here. Get a strong candle close over here. Look for a retest, and then we'll look for a trade back up to this zone over here. That's kind of what you're looking for. And I'm going to go through a couple of trades that I took the other day, just to show you on how this actually works. So let me just label this now, just so I have it a range 3. Okay, so that's our range 3. And then obviously we have our top of the range over here. Okay, so that's all our ranges. So you can see there's a lot of movement that price can go within this range. So this range over here, you can actually catch a lot of movement here. So this range is very valid for a big push up. You can see when price closes above this range, we tend to come to the top of the range 3, and when price closes below this range, we tend to come to this range. So there's a lot of movement where price can go, and that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for a range 2 breakout in terms of this current range that I've drawn, and after that we would look for longs. So let me just go on the 30 minutes. Just to, yeah, you can see how well these lines have been respected. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now okay, perfect. So I'm going to go through a couple of trades that I took, like I said earlier, and I'm just going to use the replay tool just to show you what you should be looking for, and vice versa. Okay, So I think it was on the, it was on the 3rd of December, over here. So I'm just going to go back towards around about here. So basically this whole strategy, okay, so you've done your ranges, okay, you've drawn out all these ranges prior to what your market is telling you. You find your support, you find your resistance, higher time frames, and what are you looking for? You're looking for candles to close above certain ranges or close below certain ranges in order for you to actually get into the market. So now we've got our ranges, we know that, okay, look, we've got a bearish closure here. We're only going to get in if we get that candle close. So you have to wait for 30 minutes or 1 hour confirmation candle that closes below this range. So you can see this range here, there's a lot of wicks, okay. So this is why I took the trade. You can see how many wicks that filled this range. So we know that if price closes below here, there's a likely chance of it retesting this zone and coming down to this level. So that's kind of what you're looking for, okay. So you're waiting. Let me just change this to a 0.5. Okay, so I'm sure I went short here. So you see over here, this buying over here with this wick would be invalid, right? So you have to wait. You can see that the momentum is shifting to the downside, and what you're waiting for is that closure below here, right? So let's wait and see. So you see we've got that closure there. Got that closure, you're waiting for this candle to close. You don't want to get in right now. You're waiting for the next candle on the retest. You're gonna sell. So there, you got it there. So what you're doing now is you've closed here, you've filled the wick. This would be a valid short opportunity. So you work out your risk percentage depending on your tolerance, and I'll put my stop loss below the previous candle wick, and take profit 1 would be range 1, and then if I wanted to take profit at this current range down here, it would be valid, but obviously it's dependent on how far we're going to go down here. But yeah, that's take profit 1, take profit 2 would be down here. So let's just say it hits our range 1, then we can look to put our stop loss to break even. So just carry on watching. So we hit take profit 1 almost. Still waiting. See how much, there we go, we hit take profit 2. So you see how much clear space we have here. This whole range here, there's been no movement here. There's been zero movement. So you see how fast price actually broke down through this range. So this whole range here is very, very, let me just make this a bit clearer. So this whole range that I've highlighted here, you can see how price just exploded down, and that's on the 30-minute candle. It's because there's not a lot of trading, there's a lot of imbalance here. Trading's been happening above here and below here. So anything within this zone, obviously price would likely bounce below, sorry. So you can see that's a valid trade that I took. And what's happening now is you can see that this current range, we drew this earlier because that was our 8-hour range. So what are we doing here? You're waiting for that candle close, going in on the retest here. So you're waiting for a retest. Here comes a retest, and that's when you get in. I also took this one. Stop loss would be, so you get on the retest, stop loss below this wick here, take profit 1 over here, and then take profit 2 up here. But your take profit 1 will likely get hit more so than the take profit 2. But yeah, so that's kind of what you're looking for. So you're waiting for this closure. You see we've got that strong closure over here above the zone. So you got that closure here that we've been waiting for. So we got it above the zone, and now because we got that closure, we're looking for longs. But vice versa, we look for shorts because it closed below this range. So you just have to make sure you're drawing these ranges right. So obviously now let's see what happens. So our take profit is our range 2, so we just hit it. See how we hit it there, and you see how it's respecting that level. So that level is very, very well respected because we have all these wicks over here and candle closes here, and our supports are here. So that's why you're putting your take profit 1 at this level, and your stops would be to break even. So it's a risk-free trade. So that's another trade I took, and then all you're waiting for, you want to be trading in this range at all. You want to be trading above this range or below this range, because now we're in this range. Whereas prior we were in this range at the top. So you don't want to be trading in this range, you want to be trading below this range or above this range. So whatever range you're in currently, you want to be trading above or below it, depending on certain circumstances, okay? So now, if price comes above here, then we're looking for longs. But if price comes below here, we're looking for shorts. It's kind of how you see it. At the moment, we are still trading in this range. We had our one position that we took, and now we're waiting for closures. Got a closure there. No, we didn't. See, we didn't get that closure. So that's why a lot of people would have gone short there, but we didn't get a closure. So now you don't trade, because it looks like we're just trading within this range. See, no closure. Are we going to get a closure? See, we got a closure there, and the thing is, you're not going to go on that closure, right? You're waiting for a retest, and you can see this retest actually closed above here, so it would have been invalid as well. So now, still nothing, still waiting. It's a waiting game, trading. You don't want to be premature. See, we got a closure there. Okay, see how we got that closure on this candle here. So we're looking for longs. We would have got in on this wick here. Take profit 1 would have been at the range 2, the range 3, and our stop loss would have been quite big, because that's the next wick. So but yeah, you can always take profit whenever you want, but to be sure, you can't. Yeah, so basically you want to be taking profits within certain zones. You just have to be realistic. You have to tell yourself, where are we currently sitting on the chart? Okay, you can see that there's a lot of rejections over here, right? This zone here. So this also could be a good place to take profits here, unless you want to ride this. You can make this risk free by putting your stop loss to break even, because the thing is, you don't want to be greedy and wait for a range 3, because there's quite a lot of work that needs to be done here. This zone is very big. There's a lot of activity around here that needs to be broken, so it's very valid. But yeah, take profit 1 can be at zones of significant resistance. As you can see here, there's a lot of resistance here, and then obviously support here. So that could be your TP1. So yeah, let's see what plays out. We're risk free at the moment. It's just kind of how you have to look at it. You can see there's a lot of rejections at these levels here. As you can see, we're rejecting off that level. So a break above here could also tell us to go long again, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, you see now. See how this level is also acting as a range. So this could also be a semi-range, a very good range. So this level here could be a good range, where bars would be valid above here. You can just kind of see how, when price is changing, you can draw more ranges depending on where these levels are formed at. So it's quite important to know this. But if you're in this trade, you would have probably hit take profit. Let's just see. Yeah, take profit 1 was hit, and you can see how we're rejecting off this range. So I'm just going to take this out at the moment. Here we're looking for sells. We would be looking for sells. Waiting for a nice rejection candle. Haven't got one yet. Boom, rejection candle. Will it close? Closed. Looking for sells. Sells will be valid on the retest. Stop loss above there. Take profit at range 1. Range 2, sorry. Let me just move this so you can see it. See what happens. So you just see how you're trading within these ranges. It's so much better than looking at a 50 and a 20 EMA cross. This is just understanding support and resistance and price action as it comes. So within 4 days, it's from the 3rd. Within 2 days, you've really made 5 trades. and their risk rewards way bigger than your short-term trades. So these are a bit of a long-term trade for 4 hours, but I mean they pay off. So you see that's valid. Yeah, I wasn't watching there, I was talking. So basically another trade would be valid here. You see how we broke down, came up, this was a perfect breakdown. Take profit 1 would be at this zone, take profit 2 at this current range. But you know, you want to secure your ranges, so you want to secure your profits. So once we hit range 1, you go break even and let it ride. But I mean, you would have been out of this position as well. You just have to manage your risk depending on your account size, but that's kind of how you look at it. So that's another trade with an after trader. So you're shorting at the top here, and let's say you take profit at range 2, you can short down here and take profit at range 1 just to secure yourself. So you can do 2 trades within one big move. So over here you can see you could have shorted here. See what happens. That's also a valid short. You see how we rejected that zone. We rejected, and then you go here, stop loss above that wick, take profits at range 1. So you can just see how these ranges work. It's very, very crucial to draw these ranges. We can see we just missed our take profit there. So it's just up to you in order for you to take your profits. But I mean, you have a lot of opportunities to secure your bags. There we go, we hit it over there. So that's kind of how you look at it. At the moment, let me just go to our chart just to kind of see where we're sitting now. Okay, so you can see here, this is valid. This is very valid. So this is on the current chart now. So what I'm looking for now, you can see how much liquidity was trapped down here. So sellers were trying to push the price down, and then buyers actually pushed it up. So what I'll be looking for, I'll look for candle closure. So what's the time? We have 4 minutes until the candle closes. This will be very valid for longs, okay? Very valid for longs. So what I'll be looking for, a candle closure here, and then I'll look for a long, something like this. See, but the only problem with this trade here, our stop loss is very big. We have almost 1% stop loss, so our risk rewards 1 is to 1.7, but you shouldn't be looking at it like that. You should just be looking at, okay, secure your profits at certain levels. So I mean, this would be very valid. So our next entry, you would have to wait. You're not going to go in on this closure. You're waiting for that pullback, and then you go in. So I'll be expecting a pullback kind of like that. Stop loss would have to be below this wick over here. You can see, yeah, that's valid. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot. This is kind of how I look at trading, and it's very simple and very basic, especially for beginners. And I do think it's a lot easier to grasp than certain other techniques that traders try to use. You have to abide by these rules when these cross. The MACD has to cross at a certain point. Bollinger Bands, I've learned all of that, and it doesn't work at all. So maybe it's just me, but I do think that you guys can try this strategy out. It's definitely works in my favor. Awesome, thanks so much. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and see you guys for more videos like this.